Alright, you guys, I'm here with the man, Chiseled Adonis. I have a few questions that I want to ask though. So, starting out on YouTube, what made you start YouTube? What made you like, you know what, stop the talking, enough with the bullshit,
Yep.
I'm gonna get going. What made you do that?
So I was in college. I used to play football out in college, and when I noticed that the NFL is not going to be a possibility, I said, all right, what is one thing that I always had that was consistent throughout my whole life? So it's always been comedy and making people laugh. So I said, okay, what can I do here? So
What college did you go to?
I went to Alfred State College, upstate New York. So then I was playing football over there. Then I started doing stand-up for about like a year. But then I noticed in stand-up, you're probably in front of about like 17 to 40, 30, 50 some people, versus you go post a video online, you get in front of 1,000.
Exactly.
So I said, you know what, let me just start posting videos, and then here we are 9 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some other questions. Anybody pursuing making a YouTube channel, being a YouTuber, what would be your words of encouragement to those people?
Yeah, I would say it all starts with the 3 C's. So you got to commit to the commitment of consistency. And all you do in those situations is just tell yourself, all right, I'm going to post maybe once a week. You start there, but then what you do is you record yourself first, or whatever sort of content you do, you record it, and then you just send it to friends and family. So you get accustomed to being able to get it in front of somebody. Then from there, you can just schedule it out, and then you have it posted so it can go out there to the populace and then out there on social media. So you just be consistent and be confident in what it is that you're putting out, because you got to remember, everybody started somewhere.
Right.
So there was a lot of times when I first started, I didn't feel very confident. But you said, you know what? I'm going to put it out there, and we'll see what ends up working.
Because I am not gonna lie, I went to your old YouTube videos. I wanted to see the first YouTube video that you've ever posted. You know what I'm saying? And you were talking about how you're here with your man Adonis. You know what I mean? And you were talking. Tell me how looking back, you know, and knowing how successful you are.
Yeah.
You know, what would you even have thought that it would have got this big, like, look at like that dude that started out making them videos, you know, and I seen it. Were you expecting something so big to happen?
No. Like I had almost no expectation when I first started, because I think if you have the expectation like, man, everything's gonna go and pop off, and then it doesn't, you get so discouraged about, you know, what it is that you're putting out.
Yeah.
So I wasn't ultimately like, you know, super expecting this kind of success, but it just happened over time. Like it took maybe 6 years for me to really gain a ton of traction, but by the time that the pandemic had hit in 2020 and everybody was just on their phones, I'm like, you know what, let me just start posting maybe 4 or 5 times a week, and it really started getting in front of people. So I never saw like this happening, being able to go and travel, go different places, connect with people, but it's all based off of just saying, you know what, I believe in myself, and if I could put out content that I enjoy, then that's really what matters most. Because once you put that out, you're really enjoying what you're doing, the people are going to sense that and feel it through the content, and then they'll start rocking with you.
And then I have another question, because I know a lot of people are going to be wondering. I know a lot of people are like, you know what? How do they do their videos? Do they have an editor? Do you have an editor, or do you edit your own videos?
Oh, I do everything myself. So you're 100% possible to be able to do whatever it is that you want to do by yourself. And of course, having an editor or having people who are audio technician or a visual guy, something like that, those are all awesome. But never feel like you can't do it by yourself to start, because you've got to know what you're doing to a degree to be able to instruct somebody to do something. So just start out, do it by yourself, and then go on YouTube. You could go on YouTube and learn from there, like minor things, because it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't need to have the best camera. You can start with a phone. You don't need to have the best mic. You can use the mic on the phone. You don't need the best editing software. They have free ones, like a Windows Movie Maker. I still use that till this day. Nobody uses it outside, but I still use it. They have that. They have a Clipchamp. Those are free. DaVinci, Resolve, that's free. A ton of those things, you just use the small basic things, master that, and then you can start to get to the point where you want to start hiring some help to come and help you out. So always start small, never feel like you need the best. Just work with what you got.
And any more words of encouragement, anything else you want to shout out, anything else you want to say?
Well, for one,
to this YouTube channel that we're going to put this on, this TikTok,
yeah,
we're going to put this on.
I want to first shout out Street Beats for having me out here, and then above all else, I want to shout out my boy Lights Out for even bringing me over to come here and interview with him, because knowing that you were a big supporter of my content, and I came out here and I had a chance to meet you last year, and then you've also jumped into the streams, you've kept up with me and reached out, asked for some advice, and I'm happy to see your growth, and not only in content creation, but also in the fight game as well. And I know you're a great, amazing human being. I've never heard anybody say something bad about you, so that's what's awesome as well. And I'm happy for your success moving forward. So you guys make sure that you not only subscribe to the YouTube, but follow on TikTok, Instagram, whatever it may be on social media, and make sure that you support him, so that soon enough, it's not going to be him interviewing me. It's going to be me interviewing him, because I'm going to be asking him the same questions you asked me. I'm going to be like, man, did you expect seeing yourself get this big? So.
And then again, I love the first time you came here, you had your whole saying.
Yep.
Can you say that for everybody?
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you say the same for everybody?
Yeah, so I am the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis.
There you go. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, bro.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
It's been